Hello, and welcome to the September installment of Construction Junction, presented to you by MSU Infrastructure Planning and Facilities. If you have any comments or questions concerning this presentation, or have suggestions on how we might improve, please let us know via the feedback box on the Construction Junction webpage located at the address on the screen. The agenda for the September presentation will begin with updates on which projects are going to the next two Board of Trustees meetings. We will then have new presentations on field lighting installation at Old College Field, alterations to the Skandalaris Football offices and Hall of History, construction of a storage facility at the Pathological incinerator, and an addition to the Swine Teaching and Research Center. And finally, updates on current ongoing projects. Beginning with the October BOT meeting, the projects going to the board will include, for Step 2, authorization to proceed, installation of a reverse osmosis system at the power plant, Abrams Planetarium addition, Hubbard Hall exterior masonry repair and window replacement Phase 4, installation of field lighting at Old College Field, expansion of the Swine Teaching and Research Center, alterations to the Skandalaris Football offices and Hall of History, and the STEM facility construction. Moving on to the December BOT meeting, the projects going to the board will include, for Step 2, authorization to proceed, alterations to Wonders Hall to support teaching, learning, and students, renovations to Cowles House, energy conservation measures at the Epley Building, and locker room renovations at the Veterinary Medical Center. And for Step 3, bid and contract award, Abrams Planetarium addition. We begin our new presentations with the planned field lighting installation at Old College Field. MSU is the only Big Ten school without field lighting at its baseball and softball stadiums. Installation of field lighting is the final component of the sports complex's master plan and will improve the scheduling of games around weather challenges and TV broadcast availability. The scope of the project includes installation of a new LED field lighting system, which will provide adequate illumination, controls located at a central location, and will result in a 50% energy savings over traditional systems. There should be minimal impacts as the construction will occur off-season. Here you see an aerial view of the entire Old College Field site, and an example of the type of field lighting being installed. For questions regarding the Old College Field lighting project, contact Project Manager Tressa Wall. Next is the project to alter the Skandalaris Football offices and Hall of History. There is interest in adding additional and renovating existing spaces in the Skandalaris Football facility, as well as update of the Demmer Family Hall of History. The scope of the project will include renovation of some patio and adjacent space to accommodate a large conference room surrounded by meeting rooms, construction of an all-staff workroom, renovations of existing office spaces, and upgrade of the Demmer Family Hall of History. It is expected that there will be sidewalk closures along the east side of Chestnut Road between Wilson Road and Shaw Lane during construction. Here you see graphics of the new floor plan, some exterior shots of the facility, a rendering of the new entry space, and some views of the proposed renovations to the Hall of History. For questions regarding the Skandalaris renovations, contact Project Manager Jason Van Zee. Next is the project to construct a storage building at the Pathological incinerator. This project is necessary to provide additional storage, equipment, and vehicle storage space. The scope of the project will include construction of a 24 by 30 square foot post frame building, which will be insulated, heated, and card swipe entry secured. There are no significant impacts associated with this project. Construction is slated to begin this fall, with completion by December. Here is an aerial view of the existing site showing the location of the new storage facility, and some drawings of the proposed facility. For questions regarding the Pathological incinerator storage building project, contact Project Manager Ben Darling. Next is the project to add an addition to the Swine Teaching and Research Center. The Animal Industry Act requires larger size pens for pregnant sows, which will require the construction of an addition to provide the space necessary. The scope of the project will include construction of an addition to house larger sow pens, which will also accommodate ventilation, feeding, and manure handling operations. Impacts to the campus community should be minimal, and confined to the immediate facility. Traffic patterns at the facility will be adjusted and improved. Additional utility and water demands will be lessened via the use of conservation practices. Construction is slated to begin next spring, with completion by the end of summer. Here is an aerial view of the existing site showing the location of the new addition, and a graphic of the proposed floor plan. For questions regarding the Swine Teaching and Research Addition, contact Project Manager Ben Darling. We now begin our updates with the Wilson Road Extension Project. Accomplishments during the month of August included the opening of Conrad Road and the installation of traffic signals at the intersection with Shaw Lane, reopening of the Hubbard Hall Drive Loop in time for move-in, installation of the curb opening for the new Wilson Road Hagedorn Road intersection, and the shifting of access direction to Fee Hall. Impacts expected in September include the closure of the Hagedorn Road River Terrace pass-through, with detours in place, and various pedestrian and vehicular detours until mid-November. Here is a graphic showing the River Terrace access detour that will be in place from mid-September to mid-October, and the construction phasing plan showing areas impacted by construction for the period through mid-November. Here are some shots of the new Wilson Road intersection at Hagedorn Road, the pavers installed in Lot 1112 that allow for rainwater to penetrate to the ground below, and of the Conrad Road Shaw Lane intersection showing the new traffic signals installed. For questions regarding the Wilson Road project, contact Project Manager Dave Wilbur. Next is an update on the Interdisciplinary Science and Technology building construction project. Accomplishments during the month of August included the beginning of science casework installation, interior finish commencement, and the start of site work around the new facility. Impacts to the campus community during September will include continued heavy construction traffic on Service Road. Here are some shots of the progress on the second floor lab area, the stairs to the second floor, the fifth floor research lab, the fourth floor research lab, the third floor research lab, and the installation of the second floor science casework. For those of you who would like to follow the progress of construction on this project, please check out the live webcam site at the address on the screen. For questions regarding the ISTEC facility project, contact Project Representative Carol Kuhl. Next, we have an update on the Business College Complex addition. Accomplishments during the month of August included the completion of the building envelope, commencement of interior finish installation, and priming and painting of interior walls. Impacts to the campus community during September will include the continued closure of the sidewalks traveling north and south between Shaw Hall and the Business College Complex, and the closure of the sidewalk north of Shaw Lane throughout summer. Here are some shots of the progress on the north side of the addition and of the grand atrium. Here's the site logistics plan showing those areas affected by construction. For those of you who would like to follow the progress of construction on this project, please check out the live webcam site at the address on the screen. For questions regarding the Business College Addition project, contact Project Manager Tony Rhodes. Next is an update on the STEM facility construction project. Accomplishments during the month of August included the completion of window removal, installation of temporary roofing, and commencement on interior demolition. A groundbreaking ceremony for the new facility was held on August 31st. Impacts to the campus community during September will include increased construction traffic in the Shaw Lane Red Cedar Road intersection, possible utility shutdowns to other facilities in the area, and temporary traffic and pedestrian detours. Here are some shots of the decommissioned Shaw Lane power plant being prepared for the new additions. For questions regarding the STEM facility project, contact Project Manager Ken Gottschalk. Next is an update on the Cook Hall renovation project. Accomplishments during the month of August included completion of basement plasterwork, framing in the addition, drywall installation in the existing facility, and installation of new mechanical equipment. Impacts to the campus community during September will include the continued inaccessibility of the construction zone with pedestrian detours in place. Here you see some exterior shots of progress on the new addition, and interior shots on the progress on the existing facility. For questions regarding the Cook Hall project, contact Project Manager Amr Abdelazim. Next is an update on the Jenison Field House renovation project. Accomplishments during the month of August included the wrapping up of Phase 1 of the project, completion of the new pool observation area, and commencement on demolition in the south side second floor. Impacts to building occupants during September will include the limited access to the north half of the second and third floors. Here are some shots of the new Coach's Suite conference room, new conference room 220A, and the new pool observation area. For questions regarding the Jenison Field House project, contact Project Manager Matt Postma. Next is an update on the IM West renovation project. This project was substantially completed on August 17th, and there are no additional impacts expected. Here is a photo of the area prior to the start of construction, and some shots of the finished project. For questions regarding the IM West project, contact Project Manager Scott Gardner. Next is an update on the alterations to Demonstration Hall. This project was substantially completed on August 17th, and there are no additional impacts expected. Here's a photo of the area prior to the start of construction, and some shots of the finished project. For questions regarding the Demonstration Hall project, contact Project Manager Scott Gardner. Next, we have an update on the IM East renovation project. This project was substantially completed on August 17th, and there are no additional impacts expected. Here are some renderings of the area prior to the start of construction, and some shots of the finished project. For questions regarding the IM East project, contact Project Manager Scott Gardner. Next, we have an update on the Food Science Fruit and Vegetable Lab renovation project. Accomplishments during the month of August included the completion of the analytical lab, the installation of 3 steam kettle units and a lye peeler in the second floor lab, progress made on purchases for new construction, test drain installation in the second floor plant to test for proper flooring and drainage, and commencement of work in the third floor mechanical room and shaft. Impacts to the campus community during September will include the continuation of demolition construction noise and the inaccessibility of the vivarium space during demolition. Here are some shots of the new analytical lab, the new doorway installed and epoxy floor coating, the location for the new equipment washing area, the second floor lab drain, which was installed to test for correct flooring and drainage. The existing system failed to prevent leakage of fluids to the floor below. And the new steam kettles. For questions regarding the Food Science Lab project, contact Project Manager Brian Anderson. Next, we have an update on the Campus Water System Improvement Project. Accomplishments during the month of August included installation of the 114 foundation pilings. Impacts during September will include possible red water alerts and potential pedestrian and vehicular impacts. Here you see a shot of foundation piling installation in progress. For those of you who would like to follow the progress of construction on this project, please check out the live webcam site at the address on the screen. For questions regarding the Campus Water System project, contact Project Manager Bob Nessel. Next, we have an update on the Music Building Addition project. Accomplishments during the month of August included installation of preliminary site utilities, commencement of interior demolition with mass site excavation approximately 3 weeks later. Impacts to the campus community during September will include the restoration of pedestrian travel diagonally through the site and increased construction noise impacts in the area. Here are some shots of the west side excavation, the north side of Hart Recital Hall, and the preliminary utility installations. For questions regarding the Music Building Addition project, contact Project Manager Todd Wilson. Next, we have an update on the window and curtain wall replacement at the Student Services Building. Accomplishments during the month of August included the completion of Phase 1 window replacement, with HVAC replacement scheduled for October. There are no additional impacts expected in September. Here are some before and after shots of the building exterior, showing the improved visual appeal the new window units make. For questions regarding the Student Services window and curtain wall replacement project, contact Project Manager Carol Kuhl. Lastly, we have an update on the Wharton Center seat replacement project. Accomplishments during the month of August included the installation of the refurbished handrail in the Passant Theater, removal of old seating and installation of new units in the Great Hall, installation of the new epoxy flooring in the Great Hall, and progress on renovations to the first floor men's room. There are no additional impacts expected in September. Here are some shots of seat removal in progress in the Great Hall, and of progress on the first floor men's room renovation. For questions regarding the Wharton Center seat replacement project, contact Project Manager Jessica Colt. This concludes the September Construction Junction presentation. We encourage you to visit the Infrastructure Planning and Facilities website at www.ipf.msu.edu. There you'll find information on construction and maintenance alerts, detour information, construction junction information, project and contact information. There are also a number of other IPF resources available, including listservs that you can subscribe to keep up to date with various IPF projects and events. Stay connected with IPF via social media. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, watch our videos on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram. Construction Junction presentations will be made available on the CJ website around the 7th of each month. We thank you for taking the time to check us out, and we hope you'll visit again.